Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Bro Seriously Gaming Podcast. This is Season 2, Episode 4, and my name is Evan.
I'm Dustin.
And we're here today to bring you another episode, one in which will feature a random gaming product review.
Yep.
Much like we did with our friends now at G Fuel. And
Are they really our friends?
They are now. I mean,
self-proclaimed friends.
Yeah. I'm gonna call them friends.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, not sponsored at all.
We're fucking friends though.
They're our friends because they're fantastic.
Because we follow them on social media, and that's what makes you real friends.
And they did like our tweet. So you know what? That seems pretty official to me.
It's buds.
Yeah. So tell us a little about what's been going on in the creeping world.
Well, I know it's going to come as a shock to a lot of you who listen to this that I started another job. Third time's a charm. But I'm feeling this one. It's only been a couple days. I think I said the same thing about the other ones.
We go back and say we can make a montage.
Yeah, I know. We can make our montages. I think I've announced it every single time.
Super stoked.
Yeah, I think I have. There's be a montage clip of this eventually. Me being like, boys and girls, try 10, bagger. No, so I started a new job. Super excited about that. It's been fun. I've learned how to pretty much quote sexual harassment, quid pro quid. It's a bad thing, or hostile work environments. Both of those you want to avoid in sexual harassment. You can avoid sexual harassment in general, but
you get in trouble for that.
You do. I think it was through my mouth. That's how it is. So when we went home.
We went back home to Georgia. We went to a buddy of ours that we grew up with. Him and his wife and their baby had a housewarming party.
I mean, it was a party. It was a fun party.
It's a Moana party, Moana themed. It was Hawaiian shirt themed actually. And I didn't even wear a fucking Hawaiian shirt. I forgot that was the theme of the party. I was like the only motherfucker there without one.
Yep,
felt great about that. That was good. And I love Hawaiian shirts. Like that's the even worst part about it is I love Hawaiian shirts and I fucking forgot.
Yeah, I don't know how you could do that.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's been a good week since the last podcast. But let's get into enough about us. So we're doing a review of Gamer Goo.
Gamer Goo. Here's the special little sticker that they sent us. They sent us this little sticker in our sample pack. So we got that.
Yep. And we're going to allow Evan and his beautiful voice to read you the product description straight from their website.
Yeah, so from the Gamer Goo website, it says, "Hey, listen, gaming is hard. Raiding tombs, slaying dragons, and sniping Nazis. It's not an easy job, but someone's got to do it. And you happen to be great at it. The problem is, even though you plan to play for the next 12 hours, your body starts to lag. Rude. But don't fret. Dear seasoned player, Gamer Goo is your solution. Coat your hands in our non-slip lotion that smells of peppermint, cinnamon, or orange peel. And the invigorating fragrance will enliven your senses and inject your fatigued limbs with stamina. Live to complete the main quest you've been putting off. Gamer Goo gives you the punch you need to keep on winning." That was elegant,
well written,
and very nerd infused. I approve.
Yep. It definitely has beautiful imagery. I liked it. It really makes it sound super epic, like it's
slaying dragons, sniping Nazis, raiding tombs,
all the great stuff you want to do in video games.
If there's a game you can do all three of those in, that would be kind of that's interesting. Side note.
I jot that down. So what were the first thoughts that you had about Gamer Goo?
So the first thoughts, if any of you ever have tried it or plan on trying it, and that you need to expect if you haven't used it, is it looks like somebody just came in your hand. Subtle performance. It just is
the most subtle comment, but yeah, that too. Yeah.
Yep, that too. Subtle comment. It definitely looks like Creepy Man Chowder. So yeah, it. But beyond that, it is. How do we really describe this? Like, it's this lotion type thing that you rub into your hands.
Hold on, you're jumping ahead now. It's still first thoughts.
Okay, first thoughts. So, it smells nice. I use orange peel, so it smelled lovely. like a nice summer day. I was drinking
Shock top.
Yeah, I was drinking Shack Tap.
Eating orange slices.
Yeah, I was at a soccer game again, and Betty's mom brought orange slices. And I put them in my mouth and made a little, that little face.
I remember it was the elementary school days, sitting in the left room when you got too loud and the red light went red, and so you put the orange slice in your mouth, you couldn't talk.
I never do that.
You made people laugh and they got in trouble. Silent lunch, bitch. I'm looking at you, Greg.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so my first thoughts, right?
Yeah,
I never thought you'd ask.
Your first thoughts, Dustin.
That's what I was hinting at earlier, but you just kept going with it. So, my first thoughts though was that if this actually works, this is going to be a fantastic product because I have super sweaty hands, gaming and in real life, and so I was like, cool. If I can find something to make my hands stop sweating, like I'm going to kill it. Because my hands will get, I guess not even that I'm nervous, like they just get clammy, like they're always clammy. Like right now they're clammy. I don't know why. They get clammy when I was at work shaking hands with folks. And that's why I would prefer not to do it. Not for my sake, but for theirs. Like, it hurts more than it hurts you. Mm-hmm. And I just want to do that. And so I was like, cool, if that works, perfect. But the other side, the thought that I had was that I don't really like lotions. I don't like things on my skin like that. Like I don't like putting like Aquaphor for tattoos and stuff, or any of the lotions. Like I don't like that.
I like the feeling of it on my skin, like touching clothes and stuff.
Yeah, that lingering feeling. Was not a fan. I'm not a fan of that.
Cringeworthy.
So that's what I was hoping for in the product, and what my first kind of thoughts were. So
yeah. And then I would say that the product itself, we bought the sample pack, so it had 3 different. I keep wanting to say flavors. 3 different scents. Don't eat it. It's not Tide Pods. Don't eat it. So they had orange peel. You tried out peppermint, and there's cinnamon. Someone tried the cinnamon.
The Applejack's man?
Yeah. It's the Applejack spokesperson. So there's a lot in one packet. So if you do try this, I would say use half of a pack at first, because I found myself like rubbing on the top of my hands. I'm like, I'm not really worried about not getting the most grip on the top of my hands. But I had to use it. Like there's so much of it. I didn't want to waste it either. So I would say to definitely make sure that you do that.
Love when they tell me that. Didn't want to waste it.
Didn't want to waste it. And then it took a long time to dry. Like I was like, man, like trying to blow my hands off. Like,
yeah, it did. It definitely took a lot. That was one of the downsides that I saw to it, was how long it took to go into effect. But once it did go into effect, like once it went into effect, like there were no downsides to it, really. No. In that opinion. Well, I guess maybe that happened because I didn't wait long enough to use it. But like there was this residue kind of that was left over on the controller and on the keyboard, and like even like you could kind of see it, like like a stain, but like more or less like it was just. You could feel it on there, and maybe I was wondering if it could have just my hands, but it just took a little while to work into it. Once it did go into effect, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was like I could feel like my hands sweating underneath it. It's like I had an invisible glove on, but it made it feel like I was gripping a controller right when you pull out of the box, and that is like one of the greatest feelings ever. It's like second best to unwrapping a new video game.
Yeah, it's very true. It had it was like Under Armour for your hands. It kept like you were sweating because you're playing Rocket League for one, but 2, like it kind of just kept it all in, or however you want to look at that. So that was actually pretty cool. I like that, and it smelled nice. It smelled really, really nice.
The scent was right. I like smelling peppermint through my victories in Rocket League. Like it's like, oh, you're winning games, and it smells like Christmas in July.
Yeah, and for me, it's like, oh, you're losing, but you still get orange snacks at halftime.
Yep, that's true. That's the nice consolation prize. You get a trophy, you get orange slices. So that part of it was awesome, though. And I guess you guys can kind of tell we did use it when we were playing Rocket League in our tournament a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
That's kind of the
I might have to fail it because I lost. So.
But besides that, how do you think that you could use it outside of gaming?
Okay, so I had my wife help me with one of these just to get my brain started, so I kind of cheated. But long car drives. So if you're a middle-aged man driving a minivan, taking the fam down to Florida.
Or Matthew McConaughey in Lincoln.
With your Matthew McConaughey in Lincoln. You're just going for comfort.
All right.
But you know, when you get those sweaty hands after you've been driving for a really long time, and you know, just like your hands are uncomfortable, like this is that power grip, man. Like this is that 10 and 2, man. Beyond that, if you're going on a first date and you're going to hold hands in a scary movie or in any movie, or if you're creeping and you just have sweaty hands and you got a first date, Gamer Goo. And then
so many jokes to make. I mean, it's just so easy. But...
And then lastly, if you are Tom Cruise and you are on the set of Mission Impossible and you're going to hang off of another jet or a plane or a building, fantastic grip, or a helicopter. I don't remember what the one that he's doing for his newest movie, but I know he's probably doing something else again that's just crazy. So,
yep, that's good.
Those are my outside uses.
I struggled with that one too. So when I looked at it, I was just like, what can we do? What can we do? So I just thought of like some things where you want good grip. So I thought like if you were just like a badass and you did construction work without gloves and you know you said fuck I'll take calluses but I don't want the damn hammer slipping out.
Yeah.
You probably want Gamer Goo. If you want
fuck splinters.
Fuck them splinters. If you're a bodybuilder and you don't want to use chalk to deadlift or anything like that, you know, you can maybe Gamer Goo. And rock climbers. You know, maybe if you're competitively rock climbing and you wanted some more grip, because I feel like having sweaty hands when you're rock climbing probably isn't a good thing. But yeah, that's kind of where I could think of reasons out, you know, uses outside of it. How practical those are.
Probably not very.
But that's kind of where I went with it, at least.
Yeah. That's why when we look at our target audience, so the next section is the target audience. Where do you feel like the target audience is for this product?
I think it's a very, very niche product. I think if it's just a certain group of people, I guess it makes sense for a target audience, but it's just competitive and esports gamers. Like those are the people that are going to really want and well, I should add that with streamers. That type of gamer, I think, is really going to want this more than any others. You know, they don't want to make costly mistakes because their hands are slipping because, you know, while they're you know, in a competitive game or a tournament. And for streamers, if you're playing for long periods of time, the last thing you want to have to worry about is your hands sweating and like having to keep wiping your hands off and whatever. Like, I think that would be a big reason as well. But I don't think it has a very big market for like casual gamers.
No, I agree. I mean, streamers, endurance players, you know, if you're loading up in WoW and you know you're about to go raid with your team and your party,
a 300 lap endurance race in Gran Turismo.
There you go, man. Those things were brutal.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously any type of tournament plays or esports competitive plays, that kind of stuff. Right. You know, it was just kind of hard to think of, you know, a target audience outside of that. But right. it has its niche audience for sure.
Yeah. So, give them your rating. What would you rate it?
I give it a 4 out of 5. So I give it a 4 out of 5 because one, it smelled nice, and so lotion should smell nice.
At least 2 of the stars.
Yeah, 2 stars for niceness out of the 4. We're building to this 4-star, right? But it wasn't overpowering fragrance because I don't like really strong fragrances either. Like I don't like when somebody like sprays like a shitload of Febreze in the house and I can't breathe. But I can't fucking breathe. So I don't like that. But so it was nice. It did the job, right? Like it stopped me from having sweaty hands. I felt like it enhanced my gameplay enough to where I wasn't constantly like trying to re-grip my controller. Like my hands never slipped out or anything.
Right.
But I was, you know, I was in control. And then the only reason I wouldn't go 5 stars on this is because like there's not a use outside of gaming for me. Like I don't. Yeah, we found different ways that you could use it outside of gaming, but like they don't seem practical.
True. For me, I would almost agree, and I would, but I would give it 3 out of 5. I would say the biggest thing that gives me probably the 3 out of the 5 stars is because of how well it worked with making my hands not sweat once it set in, and
once it set in.
Yeah, once it set in, that's where the knot comes. But like the feeling of gripping a new controller, like that's like at least for, because like I mean, when you first grip a new controller, like say your controller dies, and you grab a new one, like you at least ball out for, you know, at least a couple matches. So it felt like that like the entire time. So that part that's where all 3 of its 5 stars, in my opinion, comes from.
True.
I mean, I guess like some of that could be the smell, but I didn't really, you know, not as big a smell as you, I guess. Went smell blind. But the
just hit smell.
The knocks on it though that I had were it took a while for it to set in. You know, it's not something that like you were able just to to put on and rock with it, you know. Or it wasn't like, you know, it's just like an instant thing. You had it sat there and you could just feel like your hands were like soaking wet almost for 10 to 15 minutes. And that was a long time waiting to do something, especially like if you were a streamer, competitive, you know, gameplay, a competitive player. Like, let's say you put it on too early, you know, or too late, and then you're up to play and your hands are all fucking nasty, you know, or like, well, this is we're still trying to set in. I think that could cause issues.
Yeah, it's like you need like one of those things you put your hands over bowling. Like if you could just get one of those to help dry your hands.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense actually.
I'm helping you out. I'm helping you out, Gamer Goo.
And then the residue on it was kind of weird. Like it felt I could see it on my keyboard and my controller a little bit, and like it just felt kind of like my keys felt kind of weird. So that's the reason I give it 3 out of 5 stars.
Okay,
but
makes sense.
Yeah, overall works for what it is. If you're patient, maybe, you know, if a wise person once told me, you know, patience is a virtue I don't got time for. So back to our favorite part of the podcast. I think it's a fan favorite now, where we go back and forth and they have to vote on Twitter, you know, on which one of us goes better on our advertisements. So this is an advertisement as outside of gaming
Usage.
Okay, so we're going to create a commercial, and let's see, I think we actually tied on the votes for on Twitter.
Netflix.
Yeah, so I think it was 2 and 2. So thank you for Kale for voting this morning, because I think you tied me up.
Son of a bitch.
But you went first last time. I'll go first this time.
Okay.
Hold please. I won't do like the one we did last time where, you know, you have to imagine this. I mean, you can if you want to, but
okay.
Apparently some of me construction workers. So I think one of my other had a construction worker. Job number 4, baby. So this one is you're sitting there and it's, you know, there's a construction worker with bad grip on his tools, right? You just see him sitting there. It's like a Gold Bond commercial, and he's sitting there. He's just like, you know, almost like the effect of if you were to like the back ones too, like the heating pad ones. Yeah, and you see like their hands light up red, and because they're bad grip, or I guess blue because it's bad grip, and he just slings it, and you see the people pointing the bagger like, you know, and then, you know, you're sitting there talking, and then, you know, maybe you're tired of the wife stealing all the jerkins, and like all you see, you look over next to your rig, and you see a tub of Gamer Goo sitting there, and you know, or you know, are you in the finals of Fortnite, and you know, you're sitting there. That's outside of gaming. Just kidding. Scratch that. Or maybe, you know, you're sitting there and you blow a 28-3 lead because you choked and your ball slipped. Gamer Goo, a new energizing non-slip lotion to enhance your gaming. God damn, my handwriting.
It's a serial killer.
You're gaming up for something. Up for your... I'm going to lose this fucking week. Up for something. Just read good and you won. And cheers. Up for lives and cheers. That doesn't make sense. I don't know what I wrote here. Enhance your gaming up for live... I don't know what I said. Anyways.
We're going to have to hashtag Creeping Reads.
Creeping Rights. You won't stop till you pop. Available now at a store near you.
You won't stop till it's like... Is it part of Pringles?
I lost this week.
All right. So let me pull mine up really quick. So my commercial. No, I don't want to install your updates, iOS.
I'm gonna fucking lose this week.
Okay, so for mine, I had just an idea of shooting back between 2 different people, right? And so on the first person, it's a guy, and I kind of took this from my idea, so obviously it's like a foreshadowing. It's a guy that's getting ready for his date. You can tell he's getting ready. He's nervous. He's in the bathroom. He's putting on his sweater, vest, of course. He's like trying to look. He's like, do I want to wear a tie? Do I not want to wear a tie? You can tell he's getting ready, and he looks over, and his hands they're clammy and they're kind of shaky. So he picks up his Gamer Goo, squirts it in, and at first you think it's like a metaphor for he's going to masturbate, but he's not. He stops, puts it in, wipes his hands, and you just see like this action shot of his hands just stopping mid, so you knew that it stopped. And then it cuts to the next guy. So the next guy happens to be a man named Tom Cruise. And Tom Cruise is getting on his action set, and you can see all these people yelling, everybody in place, everybody doing their thing. There's just all this noise in the background, and everybody's like, somebody give Tom his Gamer Goo. And then there's Tom walking up, squeezing his Gamer Goo in his hands. He's wiping it, and like, all right, you ready for this? He's like, I'm always ready for this. And that's it.
Gamer Goo.
Gamer Goo.
Nice.
So you can vote on Twitter at #creepin.
I'll say creepin' goo. Don't hashtag that, please.
Please don't hashtag creepin' goo or crunchy goo. No.
I think we should go with hashtag. You know what? Fuck, let's do it.
Hashtag creepin' goo.
Hashtag creepin' goo or hashtag crunchy goo.
Sounds like a good hashtag to me.
Yep, and that is a perfect segue to, I guess before we get segue, we're going to leave our review once again. If you haven't checked the review out for G Field that we did on our last product review, it is on Amazon. And I put a screenshot of it on our Instagram. So check that out if you get a chance to, and we'll put another review on Amazon, post to our Instagram, and if you guys want to, we have a picture too of our Gamer Goo. We can post. That sounds gross too.
Yeah, there's a picture of me with Gamer Goo in my hand. It looks like a.
Yep. Yeah, so a perfect segue though. It's now time to get to our interview section.
Yay!
And we are going to be interviewing a special individual that goes by the name SushiFishNinja. So stay tuned as we get Sushi on the line. All right. Well, we have we've got our good old buddy SushiFishNinja on here. How's it going, man?
What's going on, boys?
Not too much, man. Just excited to have you on.
Dude, I'm so stoked about this.
After we were talking about it on the stream one day about listening to the podcast and stuff, and then you caught up on the couple episodes that you needed to listen to, and me and Evan have been going back and forth about who we wanted to bring on, and you've been on our list, and we were like, you know what? Let's bump them up a few spots and let's get Sushi on, because we've been really excited to be able to talk to you, because I think this will be a really, really interesting one for everybody to get to know you and to kind of see where we go with this one.
That means a lot, man. Like, I'm a very avid podcast listener, and it's mostly what I do while I'm at work. And so I see you guys always talking about it. It's like, I gotta check this out. And so I wanted to make sure I had like enough to feed my hunger. So you guys had a lot of backlog stuff for me to listen to.
Yeah,
dude. It was just like, I don't know if you guys meant to do it, but like the first 3 episodes of the first season were just so like, if you just started streaming, you need to fucking listen to this. Like, it's so, dude, it's blowing my mind. I was like, this is all stuff it took me months to figure out, dude. Like, people need to hear it.
That's so awesome. Thank you, man. Like, that's
absolutely.
I'm
blushing.
Yeah,
you'll see this in the video version.
So hard right now. Cheesing and blushing. So
I hear myself. These headphones are like, I can't hear anything. So like, I feel like I'm slurring my words. So I don't think you need this, but to help to build, you listen to the podcast, so the first part we like to do is our little foreplay / the gauntlet to get our chemistry built up with you and just to get everybody warmed up. So
absolutely.
So you ready for this?
Let's do it.
10 questions.
Like stretching out.
You wanna start the first?
Yeah, I'll kick it off. Okay. So, all right, Sushi. So, if a celebrity were to play you in a movie of your life, who would play you?
Oh, it would have to be between Zach Galifianakis or shit. I was not expecting that at all. It would either have to be it'd have to be Zach Galifianakis or Ryan Reynolds, because those are my 2 alter egos. It's either some really fat funny guy or this super hot guy. That's what I am. Right? That's what my girlfriend tells me. So like, I'm just rolling with it until she stops telling me that. So
there
I'm
you
just gonna go with that.
I was going to say, like, that's an extremely high opinion, honestly. Like, I have a man boner for Ryan Reynolds anyway. So
dude, who does it? Who fucking does it?
I don't know.
If they don't, they're wrong.
Yep.
Not American.
So wrong. No, and he's Canadian, so
yeah.
Well, see. Bridging gaps.
Exactly.
We're putting it all together.
Mm-hmm. All right, question 2. If you had to live in a video game world, what world would it be?
Shit. You guys are killing me with these, dude. I just spent all day thinking about this. It's like nothing is right. All right. So if I had to be in a video game world like this, that's my life, right?
Yep, that's the world you live in.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. That's so crazy. I've got like a million things in my head. Okay, so it'd have to be my entire life. Like, wake up every single day. This is what I do all day long, every day.
Yep.
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid.
Solid.
This is extremely dangerous world to live in.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid. Because I get the box and the fucking cool suits and shit. I'm down.
And then every time somebody sees you, it's like,
yeah, dude. I'll never be tired of you running all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
So good. Great way to stay in shape.
You'd be in amazing shape, honestly.
That's a good one. No wonder you got so triggered yesterday when they were talking about Metal Gear Solid.
Dude, I don't even want to get on that right now, bro. Wow.
All right, so this is a good one.
Yep.
This is a good one. So if you could only do IRL streams, what would you do on your stream, but you can't do ASMR?
Literally everything I do all the time, ever. I would get one of those body cam things. I would get a camera from the front of my face, like those fear cam things where strapped to your chest. And then I'd get one that faces the other way. And I'd get a GoPro helmet with like 4 cams on it. And I would just stream every fucking thing I do all day long. And if that's what I had to do, like those are my streams. Like that's what I had to do. It would be me cooking. It'd be me working. It would be me sitting here. And then that's how I would stream games with this super awkward, like streamable stream. That's what I'd be doing.
Jesus, like that setup sounds really expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. It's like 4 of those backpacks. I'd have a couple of them strapped to my knees because I ain't gonna have any more room. I'd look like the Michelin Man just with like stream gear.
There you go. See, I see, man with a plan at least. Like, I feel like you thought this out at least. Like, I don't.
It's just really good at just pulling shit out of my ass. Dude.
All right, so this is an easier one. So, what game are you looking forward to most this year? I think it's probably an easy one.
Fucking Spider-Man.
Really?
Oh my god, dude! I'm so excited. I love Spider-Man.
I'm actually
way more than like I'd probably let off.
I would have thought it was Call of Duty, honestly.
Yep.
I'm really excited about that. Don't get me wrong. There's like that's the competitive side of me is very excited about that. Just overall, just like veg out, mouth open, catching flies, playing a game, Spider-Man.
So are you like a massive webhead or something?
Big time. I'm not like comic book level. That is just not comic books are just they've never like really struck me as something that I'm into. My uncle tried, like lots of my friends. Comic books not really my thing. So like I used to have the pajamas with like the webs under the arms and shit, bro. Like,
oh my god. Do you still have them?
It's those. I wish, dude. I probably couldn't even get them past my nipples at that point, but I'd fucking still wear them.
I will tell you though, if you ever do decide to read one, you should read The Superior Spider-Man.
I've heard that a lot.
Yeah,
I've heard that a lot.
Because they're fucking hilarious. Because it's Doc Ock, and he's been transported into Peter Parker's body, and he plays Spider-Man. But they're fucking hilarious. So.
Oh my god, that sounds great.
Yeah, so if you
dude, there used to be this app where you could fucking read comic books. Like
I have.
I don't know if it.
Yeah,
it still exist?
Comixology is what it's called.
That's not what it used to be called. And there's probably like a million versions, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure there are.
But like, there was this little app you download, just various comics. You couldn't download like a series or anything like that. Right. You could get various comics, relatively new, some of them older. And I pulled through like a lot of Spider-Man, a lot of Batman stuff.
Oh yeah.
And that was interesting to do it that way. I don't know if it's like the physical like having of it, because then I'm gonna want to like take care of it and all this other shit. I'm just like, I'm not into that. I gotta keep this book shit. Like, dude, I'm bad at keeping track of my shit as is. I gotta keep track of this stuff. And then you gotta put it like in a sleeve. I don't even have Pokemon cards anymore because of this shit. Like, that was just too much.
You're overthinking this one,
man. Yeah.
I used to put my Pokemon cards in a rubber band, and everybody's carrying around those books. Like, you guys are bitches. I got a fucking rubber band, brick of Pokemon cards. Let's go.
It's my collection and my weapon at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. I'll forehead you with this, and I win. Taking your dumb book too.
So, if you could live in any city in the world, where would you live?
Jesus Christ. Okay.
We prepare you for the interview. We get your brain going everywhere.
Yeah, dude, for real. This is super legit. Okay, so when I was a kid, I wanted to live in the UK. Okay. And as I've gotten older, that place looks kind of scary sometimes. It seems like there's a lot of crazy shit going on there kind of all the time. So I'm cool over here. I'll stay on this side. But me and Shelby have been talking a lot about like Texas, Seattle, and Portland. All of those sound incredible. If I had to pick one of the three.
Yeah.
I'd pick Portland.
Portland.
I don't like. I'm not good with rain. I'm a fat guy. Don't like hot. I'll go with Portland.
Shout out to Lolo.
Shout out to Lolo in Portland. Then that's what's up.
Yo.
That's what's up.
All right. So you said your girlfriend. You said Shelby, right?
Yes.
Okay. You guys are. I want you to picture this, okay? You guys are out at a night out at a club, right? You guys are sitting there. You're talking. All of a sudden, boom! Spotlight's on you. What's your go-to dance?
Oh no. Probably a Fortnite dance. Probably best mates. That's what I just go for. I'd go best mates into the backpack kid dance, and then I would do my best to do the OG Fortnite dance, and that'd be it.
And then backflip into the sexy time one.
I try the backflip thing. It might be like a half-ass back handspring roll thing, like on my side, and then finger guns, and then it's it.
You gotta holster those guns.
Yeah, there you
go.
Blow that smoke out.
That's
there
good.
you go. So, what's your porn name?
If you were a porn star.
Yep.
Ooh. Okay. Let's see here. What kind of porn is it?
Does that matter?
It matters.
We didn't have a follow-up question to that.
Let's see here. What kind of porn is it? It's
if you were a fake taxi driver.
Yeah, fake taxi driver porn.
Oh man, that one's rough. Okay, let's see.
Sorry, Mom.
Okay, fake taxi driver.
Yep.
It would be. First name's got to be Mike. That's been my like alter name thing since I was like 10 for some reason. Mike. You have to be Mike.
And he looks like Ryan Reynolds.
He looks like Ryan Reynolds. I'm just like putting this whole persona together now.
Yeah.
It would have to be Mike. I'm wanting to put hard somewhere in there. It's gotta fit.
Is that your line when you talk to the girls? I'm wanting to put hard somewhere in there, and it's gotta fit.
That works. That works for all those who don't know. That works. It does. just that baseline. You're golden, dude. Fucking damn, dude. Mike, we gotta fit hard in here. Stop laughing.
That could have been your name. Stop laughing. Mike fit hard in here. Stop laughing.
I'm Swedish.
That's it.
That's it. Thank you for helping me realize my true potential.
I mean, I was just rolling with what you gave me, honestly. So,
jeez, that's good.
Mike, stop laughing. It's gonna get hard and stop laughing. There we go.
All right, next one. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Oh, I was just talking about this earlier with the guys. It always changes as I get older. I'm like my dad; he just gets mad at everything. And so my biggest pet peeve, we'll split it in half. Okay, so my biggest pet peeve out in the real world is people who fucking look at me while they're driving. Don't fucking look at me. Just keep your eyes on the fucking road. Don't look at me. That shit pisses me off so fast. Like, it sends me over the top. Like, if you're turning and you just straight lock stare the whole turn, I want to jump out of the car, and if I was fast enough, I'd catch you and pull you out. Like, the shit just drives me insane. I'm getting hot just thinking about it right now, dude.
Have you ever watched the Dane Cook thing where he talks about people where you always feel like people are looking at you?
No, I haven't.
He's talking about crying on the way home, and they're always like, "Oh my god, you see the guy crying in the fucking Honda?" That's what
dude,
I think.
It drives me nuts, man. Like, I drive for a living, and so I catch people doing it, and I'm in a great mood, just chilling, listening to Joe Rogan Experience, and then all of a sudden, I'm just like, I look over, and somebody's turning, and they just lock eyes with me, and I'm immediately like, if I could jump out of the top of this car right now, I would.
Wow, that's where the love of Spider-Man came from,
dude. That's where it's at. And then on the other side, for streaming, and this has been an ever inclining pet peeve, is what I call flexers, and it's these fucking people who show up to your stream like, "Hey man, can I play?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, let's play." And then they are fucking insane at the game, especially when they put on the front like, "Can I play? I'm not that good though, but it would be cool." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, sure." and then they're like 5 times better than you, make you look like you got no fucking thumbs, and then they proceed to like get comfortable, and then they start coming back, and now they're like talking shit. They're like, oh yeah, dude. I'm like, hey, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? Like, oh, I just got back from 72-0 game. Like, all right. I didn't fucking ask you that, but sweet, man. Way to make me look like shit. I'm 16-4, asshole.
Need somebody to carry you, bro?
Yeah, right. Fucking flexor. Yeah, shit drives me crazy. Oh, I hate it so much.
That's a good one. I like that.
I like
I
that.
hate it.
So here's the next one. Can you cook? And if so, what is your best dish?
Woo, boy, I can. And best one, it has to be what I made me and Shelby on Valentine's Day this year, was this stuffed boneless skinless chicken breast. It was stuffed with cheddar cheese, and it was cooked. Let's see what I seasoned it with. I seasoned it with onion powder.
You can definitely cook when you ask what did you season it with. Like,
I seasoned it with onion powder, basil, thyme. I think we had juniper still.
Okay, if you're using fucking thyme and juniper, like
if you're using planets, we don't.
Yeah, I worked at Chipotle for 10 years, so like it really kind of like kicked off this thing in my head to cook. Like I really liked it. And,
if you're bending time and going to Jupiter, like you obviously know how to cook.
Bending time and going to Jupiter, bro. That's how I make chicken. But like I almost went to I did go to school for like a week. I went to culinary school, and then I dropped out. That's like a whole other thing. I'm sure we'll wind up back to that.
And then it was all, you know, might fit hard in here. There's something live in here. So after that. Last.
That's why I paid off the debt. What do you mean?
Last question of the gauntlet. How soft are your hands?
No motherfucking soft hands here, boy.
Perfect.
So, so that's the gauntlet, man. So
what a fucking ringer, bro. My abs hurt. Jesus.
So congratulations on making it through, man. So.
Kale wasn't wrong. That's hard.
So for those that don't know you, we probably should have done this at the very beginning. But tell everyone out there who SushiFishNinja is.
Well, SushiFishNinja is a streamer on Twitch, a fucking dickhead on Twitter. My name's SushiFishNinja. I stream a lot of stuff on Twitch, a lot of like FPS games. I try to do single player games. I'm fucking terrible at them. And I have a crippling fear of playing video games by myself.
Ooh, I mean, I can, you know what? I appreciate that though. Like, it's not really that fun to play by yourself a lot of times.
Dude, I literally can't get myself to do it. Like, I can't. Like, I always hit up like 50 people before stream. Like, hey man, you want to play games? Can you play like 30 minutes? Can you play some games? It's like, and they leave, and I'm like, oh god, I gotta find somebody. I'm getting better at it though.
Well, this is kind of off the wall question, but like, are you an only child?
Yes.
Okay, never mind.
Sorta. I have a half brother and a half sister. But I never lived with my sister, but I lived with my brother. He's 13 now.
Okay.
He's the guy that's always in my chat saying a bunch of shit that he shouldn't be saying, asking stupid questions. He's the person I'm the absolute meanest to of my chat.
Okay.
He's the one I'm always banning.
Yeah. I fucking wish he'd probably cry.
Well, never mind. Just ignore the question then. The question I was going to ask makes no sense then. Anyways, so kind of how we got to ending the gauntlet and kind of how we were all introduced. You were kind of what propelled No Soft Hands to almost what it is now.
Yeah.
It was farming simulator. It was late.
What like a fucking night, dude.
It sounds like a romantic comedy we're building.
Late. We were both drunk.
We were on a farm. Nicholas Park. And we you came in and we were talking about No Soft Hands, right? And so it was kind of interesting. I remember because you were that's whenever I just got invited into the collab, and I think it was you and Kyle that came in and were talking to me, and it was really cool because I remember like you were one of the first people that really from the collab, besides like Cole who invited me in and stuff, who reached out and was like, hey man, DM me if you got any questions, I'd love to help you out. with anything you need and to help you to help to get bigger. I think you got a good thing going. So I've always remembered that, man. You kind of were the first one to be like, you know what, these people at Twitch, this community is good. Like there are people who aren't just big douches and want to flex on you in your chat.
Right.
This dude's not a flexer.
Right. So tell us a little about your kind of streaming, right? So how long have you been streaming for?
I've been streaming consistently since December 16th of last year.
It's a very specific date. Like, why is it so specific in your mind?
Well, so Timmy got me a job with a company, and we were concrete testers, and we were like engineer. I don't know. We just went out to where the goddamn construction sites were. It's a cool ass name for it. I don't fucking care. I don't work there anymore. But we had this job, and like during the winter, you don't make any fucking money, dude. You don't work. And so I got a check, I worked my ass off like for 3 weeks just to like try to save up some money. And this was me and Shelby's first Christmas to like really get our families like cool shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I was making good money, like let's do this. So we spent a lot of money, and I didn't have any more. Like I wasn't working for a while. And so I got my PC specifically to do this. And then it took me a while to get everything going. I refused to start until I understood everything I was clicking on and I was doing, until I understood like what I was turning up and turning down and all this shit. So I just spent hours and hours and hours in here while Shelby was at work, like figuring the shit out on YouTube, man, and like talking to people. And so I remember I hit start stream on December 16th at like 11 o'clock at night. And I streamed until like 6 in the morning to fucking nobody, bro. But I had so much fun doing it. But like, yeah, I'll never forget that date. I've been streaming on and off before that on my PlayStation, like around Destiny 1, Black Ops 3 era. And that was just to kind of figure this shit out. But I didn't really know how fucking crazy huge this shit is.
Right.
I had no fucking clue, dude.
No. Yeah, no, I don't think any of us had any idea. We haven't even been on that long. Maybe I think we were at like March. 3 months, 4 months now, maybe a little longer than that. It's like you there are certain things that I remember specifically, not so much, I'm terrible with dates, but there are certain events I remember, but like, it's just gigantic of what, how big Twitch is. And something that's kind of off that subject a little bit, but we know that you were in a band, and the crazy thing is like there are so many people on Twitch now that we've met, that either by coincidence or not, that were in a band at one point.
Yeah, same, dude. It's kind of crazy how they all kind of gravitate to this.
Yeah, I think the thing now is to not really be in your own band; it's to be a streamer. So on that note, though, so what similarities do you see between that and streaming, or what do you think?
Well,
go ahead. Actually, answer that one first. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so I was the front man, so the entertaining aspect to it. So I did that for almost a decade, and so the similarity to that is putting on a show while you're playing. I think a lot of people skip over that idea, like the ideology of you're not just turning it on and playing, like you're putting on a show. Like, if people wanted to watch you just play the game, they just put a fucking mirror between them and the TV and just fucking do that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an event.
Yep.
But yeah, it's an event. So like, there's prep time. There's getting yourself in that mental state, and that was something interesting you guys talked about. You and Cole talked about that a little bit on one of the episodes, and then you guys individually talked about that kind of off kilt in your guys' streams. But like, you got to get yourself in there. There was a lot of times that I wasn't ready to play a show, and it was shitty because I couldn't get my head there. There's been a lot of times I've streamed and my head wasn't there, and it was shit.
Right.
And it was absolutely in the wrong place.
I guess that's where we share some similarities, because that's what I did. I was the front man of our band when we played, and I think that's been one of the easiest transitions for me was moving into streaming, because and it sounds really shitty, and I'll probably piggyback this question in a second, but like A lot of people talk about like nerves and stuff, and you know how they get nervous before their stream, or they kind of get like down. Like I never got that. Like
Yeah.
I've never.
No, I understand.
Yeah, like I've never really felt that. Like there are times where you kind of feel bad about a stream, like you said. Like I'll get down on myself, or like, oh man, like I feel like I'm not really putting on a very good show, and it's such the streaming aspect is so entertainment driven because, like you said, I mean, if I want to go watch somebody play a game, I could watch myself, or I could just play the game, or so just other things. But it's
Right.
kind of what you add to it. So do you? I mean, do you ever feel like you ever get nervous or stress out about a stream? Like, does that ever hit you?
Yeah. I mean, there's been times where it's like, dude, it's like Saturdays for me. I don't know what the fuck it is about a Saturday, bro. It is no different than any other day of the week for me because I work on Saturdays too. Same time for maybe half of the length that I normally do throughout the week. But like when I show up to Saturday, I'm supposed to go at like 8 or 9, and I just can't fucking mentally get myself in it till like 10. And then when I'm there, I'm like, well, fuck, we got to go to like 4 now to make it normal, and I'm cool with that. But like I just like my head's like, what the fuck is like wrong? Like I don't understand it, and it's been like that for the last couple. I fixed it. I figured out what the fucking issue was, but I did that a lot. My first tour, I did that. I was like so fucking ready to do it. We get out there, we play our first show, which is our hometown. We travel fucking 70 miles to the next stop, and then I'm fucking petrified to do this. And I've been doing this for 4 years at this point. And all of a sudden, I'm terrified.
That's insane, man. Like sometimes there are those things that just, like, don't make any sense. You know, like everything, like it's like the stars align almost, and like you're just like, what the fuck is like, and you know it yourself. Like it's such a psychological game.
Yeah.
Where streaming comes in, we're performing in it, and that's something I think that we all share is that when we talk about putting on a show too, it's not even being somebody different, but it's like you have to be able to be in that mindset to entertain people. Like you,
right?
It's
a mental juggle.
Yeah, like to want to entertain people, and that doesn't mean you have to be over the top. It doesn't mean you have to tell jokes. It doesn't mean to be funny. But like to want to entertain people, like, but that is your job, is to entertain people on Twitch or as performing in a band. You know, like you have to be ready for that. And so if you're off, it is very, very easy to see that you're off. And, and the internet, and especially even more so on the internet, because they are not afraid to tell you that you're
fucking
off.
ruthless.
Nope. Dude, they don't fucking. Dude, they're behind fucking 40 walls. Like, hey, you look fucking stupid. Like, all right, cool, dude. Thanks.
Because I fucking felt stupid.
Yeah, right. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. And then you're thanking that asshole on Twitter. Thanks for the follow, dickhead.
Yep. So you kind of answered our next question, so we'll move on from it, because then the next question was like, well, we'll see. I was like, do you think that being in a band gave you any advantages?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes and no. Sorry to cut you off, but yes and no. And I'm glad you asked this question because so I kicked myself in the ass for like 5 years for not streaming because I could be 5 years deep into doing this. I was kind of thinking about this today. I'll go into deep on this a little bit later. We'll put a pin in that whole thing. But like my whole thing was I can juggle a lot of people at one time. We did high octane shit, like fucking. We were like a party band almost. I wouldn't let it get that far, but we were right there on the edge of being a party band. I didn't want to be that guy. But like, so we were used to just having a shitload of people. You could clear out the whole room and maybe fit 20 people that were there specifically to see us, and those 20 people would go just as fucking hard. So we were like, fuck it, we'll go hard for all. Like we played a show for 2,000-3,000 people. We played with Attila and like a bunch of these other huge ass bands at one of the biggest venues in Cincinnati at Bogart's, if you guys are familiar with that place. And we fucking commanded. And a lot of people thought we were one of the touring bands until like a half of a song to a song in, and they're like, we don't know that song. But when we got there up on that stage, it was like nothing was different from playing the venue down the road, which only seats like 60 people.
I like it.
But coming into this, it was all of a sudden I'm used to. It's kind of like this. It's that fear of like, why the fuck are we scared to hit the fucking start button, bro? It's not like any of us between the three of us streamed to nobody.
Right.
Let's be real. We're not measuring dicks here, but I'm just saying like nobody, none of us have that issue at this point any longer.
Right.
Right. We've grinded enough to at least cultivate at least 5, 6, 4, something like that. It's not 0.
Right.
And our chats aren't blank the whole time, but like all of a sudden it went from I can command a fucking room because I got a microphone, dude, and I can tell every motherfucker in here to spin in a circle and punch each other's fucking heads in, and they'll do it. To sitting here with a microphone to nobody.
That's
and
true.
Nobody's doing anything. I'm doing all the work. Nobody's doing anything I'm asking them to. People are telling me what to do. if they're fucking here. So all of a sudden, like, it set on me. Like 2 days in, I was like, whoa, this is ass backwards, bro. Like, this is completely different.
Really humbling experience.
Yeah,
it really was, dude. And that was, for a while, man, it was like I'd bang out all week, and then on Saturday, because all the homies are on, I would sit with a host of like 4 or 5, but nobody in chat. And I was like, this right here is letting me know that doesn't matter how much time I have on anybody in here, I still got to grind that fucking hard.
Yep.
Right. And that was the same experience when we played shows with bands that had not been around as long as we have. We're like, dude, we're gonna show these motherfuckers what's good. Let's go. And then they were fucking incredible. And we're like, oh my god, we're so awful. We're so old and bad, and they're so good and young.
Damn.
I think that's like frontman syndrome, though, because I think that's and it's you're kind of right. Maybe not. I don't think just frontman syndrome. I think you could probably attest to that too a little bit. It's like
you coined that term.
Yeah, frontman syndrome. Man, I'm gonna fucking
I like
patent
that.
I'm gonna patent that shit.
Yeah, dude, we think we got the biggest dicks in the room.
But it's really true. Like, you know, the same
We
thing.
do have the biggest dicks in the
We
room.
do have the biggest dicks in the room. Duh.
We do.
Fuck, like, of course. Like, but it really is, because I kind of went through the same thing when I first started, because it was like I was so used to, you know, like, hey, let me hear you motherfuckers scream and make some noise, to like me just sitting here like,
Please say hi.
please just say fucking something, man. Like,
Can
please.
I get a retweet, please?
Yeah, can I get anything, please? Like,
Right, he's sitting in the back of the room like, I'm still here.
yeah.
What's going on, guys?
So it's really true. Like, it's a completely different grind. It's, you bring in, it doesn't matter who you were, you know, previously. Like, it's a whole different setup. And so I think that's really interesting for people that are in, even now, the position that I'm in, you know, in my job. It's like, okay, like I hold some sense of authority or power, but then here I hold none, like none whatsoever. Yeah. And I think that's why when we talk to a lot of streamers that we've talked to, it's hard to be vulnerable, and that's what you are. Hard. And that's what you are as a streamer. Mm-hmm. You're 100% naked. You're 100% open and vulnerable to people. And there's scrutiny. There's fucking assholes that come in. There are trolls that come in. There are your flexers, obviously. You know, you've just got all these people that come in, and you control nothing.
But I think that's where being an artist really doesn't. It doesn't put you on your back as much as some of these people who have no background in this kind of thing. Because being an artist means you are vulnerable. You are ready to be scrutinized. We put out 3 records. We put out every record on YouTube. We put out music videos on everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, so people saw all of our shit, and sometimes people didn't like what they fucking saw and had some shit to say. And that, for a while, was really hard not to go after that motherfucker and be like, hey, dude, who the fuck do you think you are, bro? Let's fucking, here's my address, bro. Let's roll up. I'll fuck you up. Like, I can't act that way, bro. Like, that's not professional. And at this point, like, I've been saying this a lot this week, being an affiliate, you work for Twitch. You do. You work here. And to be professional is to not throw a big old fit at somebody who's talking shit. Just be like, all right, bro, that's how you feel. Whatever. Get out of here. Like, I watch big streamers do it all the time. I watched one do it this morning. Somebody's like, why didn't you read my sub? And he like, I felt like I got fucking heated when I heard him talk this way, because I was on his side. But somebody was like, why did you read my sub? Why did I even use it if you're not going to read it? And he's like, bro, I didn't realize I was on your motherfucking time, and like just went off. I was like, yo, get this kid. I see that shit in people's chats all the time, like bigger guys, but like I see it in there, and they're like, this is my time. Who the fuck are you? There's like 32,000 people sitting in here. I don't give a fuck. Like, and I like that mentality, but that vulnerability, like those guys, they got a shell on every fucking side of their body. They can't be touched.
Right. Whereas
we can be cut. Like, man, you could go from having a great stream, and one person can literally cut that shit down. Like, cut you down. One dude, if they just know how to press your buttons. And I've seen a lot of people, man, one guy cuts them up and they don't want to stream for weeks.
Yeah.
If they come back at all. Like, that's that vulnerability. Like, that's being an artist or not. Like, the background or not. Like, there's a point where, how you said it's hard to take the criticism. It's hard to be scrutinized, and it's hard to get that shell up.
Yeah,
I agree. I mean, it is. I think there is a benefit to being from that background and things, and even for some jobs we've had, we've been on performance-based jobs like that. So it's a benefit, but like I said, I don't think anybody comes into it and is it's so different for everybody, and it's really hard to prepare for that.
Yeah.
But so speaking of preparing, so do you have like a routine that you go through pre-stream or post-stream?
Oh, yeah.
Or both? So what does that look like?
So pre-stream is I got my 3 days, sometimes 4, whatever. Got my 3 days. So when I get home from work, take care of the dog, play with the dog for a little bit, eat, do my thing, and then I come in here and I open OBS, open Chatbot, open Streamlabs, and all that shit. Make sure everything looks good. Fuck with my lighting, because for whatever reason I can never be satisfied with that. It used to be try to make sure my green screen wasn't being a piece of shit, but we got that now. We're good with that now. For now. And then fucking everybody that's listening, don't get a green screen. It's so fucking dumb. Just don't fucking do it. It's so fucking dumb. God, I hate you. It's so stupid. Anyway, I hate just looking at it. Fucking asshole. But anyway, so open everything up, make sure everything's running properly, everything looks good. Try to take care of my title ahead of time. I've been really bad about that lately. Try to take care of the title ahead of time, and I try to sit there and think about it. So it's not just something I've been loving your shit lately, Creep. You're so fucking funny. I love your titles. But sit there and think about it for a minute, get that shit going, think about the tweet. I try to tweet maybe a couple hours ahead of time and talk a little bit about what's going on. Retweet a bunch of people who just like recently got affiliate, my homies that are streaming, and then try to maybe gather like a squad for something or see what's going on so I can include them. So that way I'm not, standing here pissing my pants streaming by myself.
Right.
And then once all that's set, I kind of just veg out, watch some Twitch, maybe do some research on some stuff I've been thinking about. So maybe some new bot commands or like this or that, fuck with my stream deck and make that look uglier than it does now. And then I just sit and wait. I tweet again about a half hour before we go, tweet that we're going live, and then let the 10-minute timer go. And then, and I should be doing this way beforehand, and then I should picking out my music for the rest of the stream, or I just pick fucking different playlists the entire time that we're fucking playing like an asshole, because I do that all the time too. So that's pretty much it.
Nice. Like we don't have a similar. I don't do all that. I do some of that, but mine it's the same. It's in the same aspect of like the stream really starts about an hour and a half before I actually go live.
Yeah,
and I think that's once again, I've talked to so many people that have seen what we've started to do in streaming and stuff, and their people and friends and stuff. I was like, I think I'm gonna get into streaming too, man. It looks fun. I'm like, oh, don't get me wrong. Like streaming is so much fun. I love it. But streaming is a lot of fucking work, and it's a lot more work than what you see, even.
Yeah.
And
I want to put a pin in that, or we move into that one. I got a lot to say about that crazy shit, man.
We'll see. What other questions do we have? I mean, actually, we can probably go into that one and end it with that, because, like I said, if we got a lot to talk about it, then we can end it off with that one. So.
Right on. So, like, the people that are like, man, I want to get into that. I'm very happy. I'm so fucking happy that Kyle and Timmy started streaming, because this is something the three of us used to just fucking girl talk around, just be like, man, I would love to do that one day. It'd be so cool. And then I was like, fuck it, full send. Like, I'm no reverse. I'm doing this shit. I dove into this completely by myself. It's like I didn't have like a community. I didn't have homies. I didn't have friends. I didn't have shit. Nobody from the music scene, nothing, bro. I went in 100% alone and made all the connections completely by myself. Like when TU came around, TU scooped me up and was like, yo, let's get some shit going with you, homie. And then I started to meet people. But that was like fucking a month maybe into doing it by myself every fucking day.
Right.
It's so there's people that are like, man, I want to do that. And I can see where computers stop going to sleep. It's dark in here. But I can see the romanticized idea of doing it. It looks fun. It looks easy. Turn it on, stream, people show up, you talk to them, you play the game, whatever. It's not that. It's not that at all. There's a lot to it. And but it is, again, you get what you give. And if you want it to be to the level that I think the three of us and the collab and Bro Series, like all these guys want it to be, then you put that work in. But if you just want to do, turn that shit on, play, maybe see some people come up, that's cool. but I know where your head's gonna go. You can be like, why don't I have 32,000 people in my stream? I'm playing Fortnite like Ninja. What the fuck? And then you're gonna start getting sad and be like, I suck at games and nobody likes me, and it turns into this whole fucking downward spiral because you can't do this and not want it to be something crazy. Right. I'll be straight up and I'll be hard on every fucking body. I love all of you. I love all of Bro Seriously. I love all of the collab. I fucking love you guys to death. But I will promise you, in 2 years' time, I will promise you, a third. We'll say a quarter. A quarter of the people that we see and hear currently right now streaming will not be doing it.
I believe that.
Yeah, I completely believe that. I was talking to Timmy about this, and I was telling him, you know, and I did it on Cole's podcast. You're welcome, Cole. Plugged. And we were talking about. I remember asking him like, "Hey, do you know anybody that is no longer streaming, and that when you first started watching, and you know now they just fell off the face of the earth?" And I think at the time when I asked him that, it's probably about a month or so ago, he was like, "No, man, I don't know anybody." And I was like, man, there are people that I know that just like completely stopped streaming, and that's only been for a few months. And like, you can see it though, like it takes its toll on people, and I just don't think people realize that toll that it takes.
Yeah. And to piggyback off of that, and this is going down like kind of serious route. I can't tell you how many people that I've seen on Twitter talk about having to take breaks because of mental health. Like how many people like are like, yeah, like I'm not streaming for a week or 2 weeks, or, you know, I may not come back because I've got, you know, just mental health stuff. And, you know, I think what happens is this, once again, you go back to the vulnerability piece, this really opens people up. And so you're going to have assholes that come in there, and you're putting yourself out there. And if you're not equipped or prepared for that, it can open up the floodgates a little bit. And I've just seen so much of it, man. Like just so much, and from big streamers to smaller streamers to everything in between, just so many people saying, hey, I got to take a break because of mental health.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of it. I'm going to jump on this like a fucking piranha. Those people that are constantly talking about, I have to take a mental health break from this. You're not fucking hard enough for this shit. And I'll just be dead fucking honest with you, dude. I played music, like I said, I played music for 10 years. I watched bands come and go because they didn't put the fucking work in, and they couldn't handle how fucking hard it is to really do this shit. This is not a fucking, you know, turn it on and fucking let's have everybody come hang out. Like that's not how it is. Like you get what you give 120%. If you don't give a shit and you just let it fall into your lap, shit's going to be given back to you.
Right.
And that's just how it's going to fucking go. If you can't handle that, sometimes it's difficult, bro. I used to drown myself in numbers. I used to tell myself every day, bro, I'm not cut out for this. And then 15 minutes later, I'd be like, shut the fuck up, dude. We did this for so long. Yes, you are. You can absolutely do this, bro. If you're not hungry enough to do it, you're going to feel like you're starving all the fucking time, because you're not getting anything out of it, because you're not putting in the fucking work to it, man. Like I get some people get so burnt out on it because that is what you do.
Right.
But I deliver packages every fucking day to these people who I don't fucking like, and they're heavy and it's hot and it stinks in the truck. Bro, you think I want to do that shit? No, but I do it. I do it fucking damn good. And because I'm hungry to get it done, so I can get back to this shit, so I can get back to my family, so I can bang this shit out, do it the best I fucking can, because I'm hungry for it, bro. You want to come into my stream and flex on me? I don't give a shit, homie, because I ain't going to see you in 3 months. Guarantee you. Guarantee you I ain't going to see you. Probably in 3 days, and I don't give a fuck about that. Like, I'm hungry as shit, and when I see the people around me, like the guys at Bro Seriously, like the guys in the collab, that are hungry for it and want to fucking do it, that shit gets me so excited. When I see these people on Twitter like, how come I stream and no one shows up? Because you're a bitch, bro. That's why. That's why. I'll be straight up. I'll be open and fucking honest with you, bro. I started streaming with another friend of mine. That we live states away, but we used to talk about my band all the time. He came and saw us play every now and again. He's got fucking thousands of dollars in gear. Like he's like triple monitor setup, fucking nice ass PC, bro. You put that in the front of your fucking car and run it. Like the shit's bad. And he plays very popular games, and he is incredible at them. He's incredible at them. Every night, guarantee you, I can pull my fucking Twitch up right now. and he's sitting at a fat old donut. And he has been. And he's coming to my shit a little salty sometimes. Like, why don't you ever throw a host my way? It's because it don't fucking work like that, bro.
Right.
It doesn't. It doesn't at all. I don't expect, and like I said, I love you guys to death, but I don't expect shit from any of you guys. I don't.
No.
I don't.
No.
I really don't. And I'm so blessed to get the love from both the collab and bro seriously. Like, I'm blessed as fuck about it, bro, because I don't deserve it. I don't. None of us do, but we get it because we're a tight-knit family because we fucking worked.
Yep.
And this is what this guy refuses to do. I put him in communities. I've given him tips, and he's sitting on that donut because he's not hungry enough.
No, you're
And he's gonna take that mental health break. I'm gonna laugh my ass off. You keep playing Siege, homie, because ain't nobody gonna come fucking watch you.
that was real.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're
I
good.
blacked out. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what you say, I would say almost all of it, if not all of it, is that's a loud ass plane. Is really true. You know, there are people who there are serious mental health issues, obviously, that some people have said.
Absolutely.
And if anything, like, you know, I think that shows a lot of people, they learn from, they say, you know what, this isn't for me.
Right.
But I think a lot of people, and I'm not gonna say they take advantage of it, but I think that they realize how hard it is and how much work it is. And for me, the equivalent of me doing that is the fucking gym. Like, I'm not going to look like Ryan Reynolds because I'm not going to put in the fucking work to do that. Like,
right.
I want it in my head and in my mind. It sounds and looks great, but in actuality, like, I don't want to eat that good, quote unquote, and have to work my ass off after I worked all day and then go and then have to go work out for 2 hours in the gym and then I can't even eat what I want to eat. Like, nah, I'm good. But
no, I understand that.
I think that's the equivalent to my just like, oh, I'm gonna go start working out, and then I'm like, nah, shit, this shit's, you know, nope.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, like, you're onto a lot of things like with that, and like it is, you know, you can't stress it enough of how difficult it is, how much it does mentally drain you, and you have to be prepared for it, and you know that's where the community stuff really play a role, because they're there for you when you're not there for yourself. And
yeah,
I've
never been tired from playing video games, bro. And after like even a 4-hour stream and a steady flow of chat, I'm fucking dog shit tired, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mental fucking workout, dude.
It
is. And before y'all start blowing me up on Twitter and shit, saying I'm a fucking big old asshole, I'm not disregarding anybody's legitimate mental health issues, because that shit's very real, very very real. It really is, and it's a super serious issue right now in our country and in the world, world. But I cannot stress this, dude. This is not as black and white as it looks, man. It's really not. It's not pick up the fucking guitar and learn how to play the song and get a record deal. I didn't work forever to get my record deal, bro. It didn't just fall into my fucking lap. Like, it busted my ass to get it. Same with affiliate. Like, it didn't just fall into my lap. Like, I busted my ass for it.
Right.
And my community, my chat, and my homies, and these communities together, like, this shit didn't just happen. Like, I met the right people, and I said the right things, and I had the right mental attitude and the right mental direction to not gain anything personally, but to build. That's the biggest thing, dude. You got to be ready to build shit. It's not as cookie cutter of, hey, what's going on, guys? Just let everybody roll in here and we'll fucking play some games. Like, I know people see it all the time.
Right.
It's monkey see, monkey do. They're like, I see Tim the Tabman do it all the time. Why can't I do it? Dude, yeah, okay. I hit this big old fucking thing. Like, I remember going back. Everybody starts from the ground up. Everybody does, and that's the thing that a lot of people don't notice. Like, well, Tim does it when Ninja Lupo is fucking, you know, Dakotas does it. Okay, go back on YouTube and look at where they came from. If anybody's not familiar with Tim the Tatman, first of all, you're an idiot. Second of all, he started literally in his living room in a fucking wooden chair in front of his computer, wearing this big dumb fucking red glasses. And then he moved into a bedroom with a futon behind him and some of the same shit you see behind him now. And you can watch videos of the growth of so-and-so and watch them from the first time they ever fucking got on Twitch to where they are now, and you watch the shit change and the chats and the mannerisms, but what doesn't change is the personality of that person never fucking changes.
True.
It never changes because they know that they want to do it and they grind their ass off.
It's true.
And they put the fucking work down into it. I told you guys I was going to talk a lot.
Yep.
I told you.
I told you. Man, no, you speaking from the heart and speaking right into
Absolutely.
our heart. Because when we talk about stuff all the time, it's we don't. There are a lot of things we don't talk about publicly that we do behind the scenes and stuff like that. One, because it's there's no reason to know about it, and there's no reason to flex on people about it or try to flex that we're we're something great. We're not. It's just like you said, it's being hungry and doing the things we got to do to make it happen. And so those people just don't see those things. But that goes into a lot of other areas. But we are getting short for time. So with that being said, with growth, so why don't you go ahead and show everybody or tell everybody where they can come find you? That way, if they want to see the grind and see the effort put into it.
Plug yourself.
Yep.
Well, you can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/SushiFishNinja. You can find me on Twitter at SushiFish_ninja, and on Instagram at SushiFishNinja.
There we go. So, and just so everyone knows, you don't even like sushi.
Not really, dude. It's just not good, dude. I was telling Habitual this the other day. I just haven't had like quality, bro. Like I've had it from like Kroger and like a couple like hibachi grill joints where you can get like an $8 steak the size of your head that's probably a cat kind of thing. So I've never had like legit sushi. I'm sure if I had some fucking bougie shit, it'd be good. I'm sure I'd like it.
Probably.
But as of right now, I cannot fucking stand it. I can't.
Well, thanks a lot for hanging out with us, man. Like I said, we really do appreciate it, and we really do enjoy like people that are genuine, that speak from the heart, and that really do have passion for what you do, and that's something that's not always easy to come by.
Yeah, I greatly appreciate the opportunity to be on this, man. It's the first podcast I've ever been on. This would be the one that I'd want to be on for sure. The real shit. Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm being honest, dude. Like, I'm as real as it fucking gets, dude. There's no fake shit, no soft hands, dude. 100%. And what you guys do and the way you guys do it and what you're offering so many people that are 100% going to gravitate to this shit very quickly. I promise you that.
Awesome.
This is an opportunity that you can't pass up to listen to this podcast and to listen to these people and the guests that you guys have on. I was telling Creep this the other day. Well, it's like, oh no, I'm sorry. It's like what I told you before. Keep doing what you're doing because you're doing a great job. I don't take that sentence very lightly. I don't say that to just make you feel better. 100% I don't. But like we were talking about before, Creep, there's not a lot of podcasts that are really fucking solid in gaming and Twitch and just the inner workings and stuff like that. They're really fucking like over analytic nerdy shit, and I'm just not into it. Like, I don't give a fuck who made the fucking first model of StarCraft. Blow it out your ass, dude. Nobody cares. 6 Asian dudes do. That's it. I don't want to know that. I want to know what the grind is for the reality of the people who are on Twitch. I want to know what their personal experiences are, and that's what you guys offer, and it's fucking incredible.
Thank you, man. We really do appreciate that. That's
absolutely.
It's man. Yeah. Like I said, I really do appreciate that. That's awesome.
No other way to end it. So we appreciate having you on, man, and we will we'll talk to you soon, dude.
Appreciate you. Thanks for having me, guys. Love you guys so much.
We love you.
I love you more.
All right, guys. Well, that was our hard-hitting, super genuine, super awesome interview with SushiFishNinja.
The one and only.
The one and only, man. So we had to bring the doggo in because she wouldn't stop barking. But make sure you guys go check him out. We also wanted to give a shout out to everyone that is retweeted, tweeted, liked, spread the word. You guys have been so freaking phenomenal lately in just plugging this podcast.
Showing love.
God, it's been so awesome, and we really appreciate every single one of you that's done it. We can't tell you enough how much it means to us, and just it makes us want to go harder every time that we get on behind the mic or in front of the camera.
It really does. So on that note, though, make sure though you go on Twitter, you vote for your favorite commercial, either hashtag CrunchyGoo or hashtag CreepinGoo, and tell us which one you think is your favorite and the best one. And then besides that, though, if you want to find out any more information or check me out on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, any of the social media sites, you can find me at /straight_creeping.
And if you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch I guess slash the Sir Crunchy. I almost forgot my own tag.
Wow.
So the Sir Crunchy. And then you can find all of our stuff collectively from the podcast to blogs and everything else at thebroseriously.com. Thank you guys so much for another awesome chance to get in front of you and give you this episode. We hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you again next week.
Bye.